Hello, sports movie fans, and welcome to Locker Room Flicks podcast. I'm Frank Sullivan, and with me is my uncle, Frank Darling. Frank, what's going on?
How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you. It's been a while,
Good.
a couple of weeks.
I know it's been a while.
Almost 3 weeks. Yeah.
I was going to say this. I wanted to introduce this as the holiday edition episodes. I guess we can.
This is. We got a doubleheader tonight.
A doubleheader, yeah. Maybe when we get to the Christmas episodes, I'll mention like holiday editions. But yeah, how's everything going down there? You had a few visitors.
Yeah. Maria was here, and Jerry and Chloe. We got to spend 5 days alone with Chloe.
How was that?
It tired you out.
Tough, right?
It's amazing. You guys are young. We're not young anymore.
I know.
Linda was great, though. My wife was great. She was a good grandmother. She really took good care of her. I did too, but she did most of the stuff. I mean, it was good. We had a lot of fun. We went a lot of places. We did good. They had fun. They went on a little 2-day cruise or 3-day cruise.
We did, yeah. I see you took it. You took it to Disney, huh? How was that?
Yeah. It was fun. We had a good time. Yeah. Yeah. Went to Epcot for a little bit.
I was like. I know, your wife Linda was saying she's like I don't know how you did it back in the day when you had three of them.
I don't know how you did it. We were there from the morning. You know how it was.
Yeah,
from the morning to the night.
Sun up to sundown. You just did it. You didn't phase it. Yeah.
No. But yeah, it was good. We had a good time, and that's why I wasn't there yesterday. I had to drive them to the airport yesterday. So
where they fly out of Orlando or?
Yeah, Orlando. Yeah, and there was it was 8:15 flight, so we didn't get there until like 6. So, and then the traffic coming home, so we didn't get home till like 7 something. So,
gotcha.
Sorry, I wanted to see Steve. I have never met him. Is on the thing. I've heard of him, but I've never met him. So.
I'll get. We can get him in.
We'll have to do that again on a good day for him.
I know, and I think that's kind of for those listening. My old co-host Steve was going to join us for. We're doing this doubleheader. We're doing the Exorcist and Ghostbusters. I guess Ghostbusters is one of his favorite movies. So as soon as we found out we were going to record,
we could have waited and done the Exorcist tonight, and it was up to you. I didn't care. Right. That's fine.
Yeah, we'll get into it. But
I'm sure we'll find another movie that he likes. So
yeah, I'll get it. Maybe I'll get it for one of the Christmas episodes or whatever. But he had to kind of take a little bit of a hiatus. He's got 4 kids, and they're all
couldn't even imagine.
They're all into sports. His oldest plays college football. I forget where.
Really?
Upstate New York somewhere.
Wow, that's spread out, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He lives like New York. I forget where. But he's got a daughter who's like a teenager, and he's got two younger sons. And I think I figure one of the sons is be playing football tonight.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, he's a busy guy.
Yeah,
that's for sure. How's your little pumpkin doing?
She's good. So I know we haven't talked in a while. So last week we went camping. Me and a few of the buddies, the fellas.
That's nice.
I wouldn't necessarily call it camping because we stayed in a cabin.
Hey, that's cool though, man.
It was just we all haven't really hung out in a while.
Right.
Because one of my buddies was traveling nursing and he moved to New Hampshire, so he's back over here. So he's from my house. He's like 2 hours away, so it's not too bad.
Okay.
And I got another buddy in Mass. So we picked kind of like a central. So we stayed kind of like upstate New York.
That's nice, man.
We had it was a huge, nice cabin.
Really?
2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, full kitchen. Stove and everything. Refrigerator was nice. We would normally try to go around September, like middle of September.
Right.
So it was like a whole month later. So it was definitely colder.
Yeah.
But
that's good. Good for you. That's a lot of fun. You got to do that.
We do it. We try to do it once a year.
That's very good. That's very good. That's a good thing to do.
Yeah, we really didn't do much. We just kind of hung in, and then today we actually got the little one's ears pierced today.
That's what I heard you were going to do.
Yeah, she's in the bed. You'll see her. I'll send a picture, but Boy, that was an ordeal.
Yeah,
Chloe doesn't have them, right?
No, and you were smart because you got them when she's still little. Maria should have done that when she was little. Because if she gets it now, Chloe, she's going to want to pull them out.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, we went to the Milford Mall, Pearson Pagoda.
That's been there forever.
I know. We Casey did the research. She asked around, and I guess some of the doctors don't do it anymore because you can get it done at the doctor's office. But
yeah, sure, that's true.
But we went there today. The girl that did it was super good.
Yeah.
You use a little stapler, kind of like the little gun.
Was she good?
No, she screamed. She cried. She cried her eyes out. Yeah, he was good after. She was good after. She read up as we gave her a bottle pretty much right after to kind of calm her down.
That was smart. Yeah. Smart.
But it was nice getting. She got nice little. I remember Linda did my sister's, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she did.
That was a long time ago. I don't think my sister was that young. If I'm trying to remember, if I remember it pretty well.
Yeah, I don't think she was that young. No.
Yeah,
I don't think so at all. Well, some people get them when they're older. Whatever. Yeah. Probably that's going to be Chloe. Probably going to get them when she's a little older, or she understands not to do that. I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, I know.
That's not my. We've already talked about it to her. That's her business, not mine.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah.
But I think that's really been going on. I think that's pretty about it. Have you watched any? Have you watched that show I told you about? I know you had it from Company Hill House, The Haunting of Hill House.
No, I haven't watched that. In fact, I haven't even. Number one, I haven't even been in my room much because this is where Chloe would sleep.
That's right. Yeah.
So I haven't been in here much. I just got into the computer. I mean, really, this is the most I've been on this computer in probably 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And out there, it's too busy out there with Chloe running around, the dog. Yeah, we never really got a chance. I didn't forget about him. I know Ted Lasso. I got Apple TV.
Yeah.
And I want to try the house. It's House on Haunted Hill or House?
Yeah, Haunting of Hill House. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't forget you.
Let me see here. Have you watched any other movies or no?
No, not at all. I just watched The Exorcist today. Haven't seen that in probably since it came out.
Really? 70 something.
I think I've seen it before.
Yeah.
I was
interesting, right? Yeah,
very interesting. Yes. It was good.
Good. Well, that's good. I think we watched some horror movie tonight. I forget what it was. It was one of the ones that they it's filmed like a documentary style and
right. Yeah.
It wasn't that great.
There's so many of them.
We watched that, and the other night we watched World War Z.
Oh, I love World War Z.
It's not necessarily like a Halloween movie, but a nice zombie.
Yeah, it's still good.
Movie. It was a good movie. I enjoyed it.
We were supposed to make another one, and they never made it. So
yeah, I think it was
excellent. I love it.
I want to say there's a video game out too, and I might have played it.
Yes, there is. I don't have it, but there is one. Yeah, there is one. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, it's probably free.
World War Z is free. I'm pretty sure. I think it's you could play because you're playing with multiplayer.
Yeah.
So I think it's a free one. Yeah. I think it's a free one, definitely.
I think that's really it as far as horror movies. I know we try to talk about any kind of movies we've seen.
We've been watching some of our shows that have been on, but that's about it. Bar Rescue. We love watching Bar Rescue. Bar Rescue is fun all the time to watch. So
we've only really been watching. Have you been watching? I know we've got American Horror Story. Have you gotten into that?
I used to watch that all the time. I watched the first 3 seasons of it, and then they came up with the clown episode, and Linda didn't want to watch it.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they kind of been going down. There's a new season out now with Emma Roberts is like the main star. It's focused around it.
Yeah, I loved them though. When
Kim Kardashian's actually in it. And
oh, really?
She's got she's not like a side. She's got a good role, like a main. She's not bad. I mean, I can't say anything bad about it, but it's interesting. It's not too bad. Like I said, they've gone down.
Yeah, they were awesome. I first used to watch them.
Yeah, the first few seasons were awesome.
Yeah, that's another Maria got me involved.
Yeah,
just gotta watch it. Okay.
That and Hell's Kitchen. That's the other.
Yes. It's funny because that's one thing I do get from my kids. I get a lot of good shows.
Yeah.
I really do. Jonathan, Game of Thrones. I never watched it. Robert with Sons of Anarchy and things like that. So I get them all from them. They give me these. I try them out. And most of the time they're good. So
most of the time they're good. Yeah. Yeah, it was a Hell's Kitchen, and then there's the other one, Kitchen Nightmares.
That's good.
He's got two of them brand new out.
Yeah.
It's funny, too, because a lot of the few episodes they've had, I think they've had like 4 episodes. 3 of them are based out of New Jersey.
Yes, they were. Yeah. I think he hits the whole... Sometimes he'll like to hit the old East Coast, and I've seen it where he's had the Midwest. Yeah. He gets around, I'll tell you, man.
He sure does.
I don't know how he does it. He's got 5 kids, I think.
Yeah, 5 or 6. Or, he's got not a newborn, but there's a little one that's like 3 or something like that.
He's a busy guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a billionaire.
Yeah, he said something. I watched an episode. He said one of the guys. He's like, when you have an empire, come talk to me. I was like,
oh, I know.
He's not wrong. Good night. But anyway, we're not here to talk about Gordon Ramsay, but we're here to talk about
The Exorcist.
Go ahead. You want to lay it down? Yes,
everybody. We watched The Exorcist. It was released on December 26th, day after Christmas, 1973.
Merry Christmas, right?
Merry Christmas. Hey, they do that a lot of times. They're smart.
Was it Scream that did that? Scream did it too.
Yeah,
I said Scream did it too.
Yeah. Now, this is a little interesting how they did this. The opening weekend was $1.9 million. Mm-hmm. Okay, man, that's 1973. It's pretty good.
That's a lot.
The gross, this is a little deceiving. It was $444 million. That's counting all the reissues of it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay, so you got to understand what that means. It didn't make $441 million back then, but all the reissues. And the budget was $15 million. Okay, it was directed by William Friedkin.
Yep.
And starring Ellen Bernstein as Chris McNeil, Linda Blair as Regan or Reagan, whatever you want to call her, Max von Sydow as Father Marin, B.J. Cobb as Lieutenant Kinderman, and Jason Miller as Father Karras. That was his film debut for him, too. There's a few other people. We'll mention them.
Yeah.
The simple synopsis, when a young girl is possessed by a mysterious entity, her mother seeks the help of 2 Catholic priests to save her life. This won 2 Oscars and won 18 awards and 19 nominations total. I watched it on Vudu. Where'd you watch it?
I believe we watched it on Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's about it with that. I think that's it. Like I said, we'll get into the other characters, but right now we have to go to the most important part of the show.
Yes, sir.
Frank's 5 fun facts. Take it away, Frank. What do you got for me? There's a lot. There's a lot.
I know you looked at them, and even for Ghostbusters,
don't even go there.
There was a lot. There was a lot. Yeah, there was. So we're going to talk a little bit about Linda Blair. So due to death threats against Linda Blair from religious fanatics who believed the film glorified Satan, Warner Brothers had bodyguards protecting her for 6 months after the film.
That's messed up.
It's just it's unbelievable.
That's unheard of.
6 months after. I know.
That's unheard of. You never heard about that.
Get a few more things here. On the first day of rehearsing the exorcism sequence, Linda Blair's delivery of her foul-mouthed dialogue so disturbed the Max von Sydow, that he actually forgot his lines. Which is great. It's very disturbing.
It is very disturbing.
And it's funny, too, because the agency representing her overlooked her recommending at least 30 other clients for the part of Reagan.
Isn't that something?
I guess it was Blair's mother that told her to try out.
Yeah.
That brought her there to try out for her.
She did a heck of a job, too.
Yeah. How crazy is that, though?
That's unbelievable.
Let me see here. So now I got a few kind of what would have been. So I saw a lot of this is who's supposed to play. So the studio wanted Marlon Brando for the role of Father Karras, or Father Marin. The director immediately vetoed this by stating that with Brando in the film, it would become a Brando movie instead of the film that he wanted to make. Brando. It's funny. I guess Brando is mentioned in the novel. I don't know if I didn't really read.
Oh, didn't know that. I didn't know that.
It's funny because that show I was telling you about the making of The Godfather. And it's kind of
telling me about that. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
We talked about it a while ago. The way they talk about Brando is like how he was just like high-headed, like
yes,
like this is me. I'm the star.
You're right.
Which, rightly so, he made the first Godfather.
Yes.
But I guess that's how his personality was. But
and he never showed up at the Academy Awards to get his award either.
Unbelievable, huh?
Yeah.
There are people who are dying to get one.
Yeah, I know.
Jack Nicholson was up for the part of Father Karras before Jason Miller.
I couldn't see that.
Let's see. I guess he thought that he was too unholy to ever play a priest.
I think so.
Yeah. I wonder if when was The Shining made? After, I would think.
Yeah, it had to be after a little bit. It wasn't before that. It was after it. It could have been late 70s. It wasn't early 80s. I think it was late 70s, yeah. I'm not positive. It's been a while.
80. So
it was 80? Okay, so it was just 80. Okay.
After it, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I got Audrey Hepburn was Williams, the director's first choice to play the main character.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Said Warner Brothers supported him because I guess she had a good reputation with the studio. Only she agreed to do it if it was filmed in Rome.
Oh, okay.
So I guess,
everybody has their own thing, I guess.
Yeah. And actually, Stanley Kubrick was considered for the studio to direct the picture. So
which wouldn't have been bad. He's really good at it.
I know. He did Shining, I believe, too.
Yes, I think so, yeah. Yeah.
So, my third fact. So, actress Mercedes McCambridge, who provided the voice of the demon, insisted on swallowing raw eggs and chain smoking to alter her voice.
That's 1973, too.
I know. That's wild. The actress, who had problems with alcohol abuse in the past, furthermore wanted to drink whiskey because she knew alcohol would distort her voice even more to create that type of character.
Yeah.
As she was giving up sobriety, she insisted that her priest be present to counsel her during the recording process. And it said that she was also bound to a chair with pieces torn around her neck and arms, so to kind of make it that realistic sound of a demon.
Right.
So
right. Oh, that's cool.
Pretty
that's
authentic.
Cool. Yeah, definitely. Did a good job.
Now they were just digitally.
I know.
Do it.
You got to remember that's 73. That's impressive. That's 50 years ago, man.
I know.
Didn't have all that ability back then. They really did a good job.
Fact number 4. In order to make Max appear much older than his age of 44, makeup artist Dick Smith applied a generous amount of stimple to his forehead, eyes, neck. His facial skin was then manually stretched as liquid latex was applied. Then the latex was dried, and it made that type of, to make him look older.
I know, because when I first watched the first scene, remember, I hadn't seen it in a long time, I said, wait a minute.
He's not that old.
He's not
Not back in 70, no.
No, it wasn't, man. Yeah, so that's what they did, huh?
Uh-huh.
To make him look older.
Said it took 3 hours to do.
Yeah, did a good job.
Yeah. Let's see here. And my last fact, again, there's so many other facts here. I got but it's the second highest grossing Warner Brothers film of all time when adjusted for inflation. Do you want to take a guess?
Yeah, I saw that, which was pretty, Barbie. Yeah.
That's pretty good though, considering.
That's very good.
It held that record for almost 50 years.
This movie is like the Jaws of Jaws. It's like the Exorcist is like the Jaws of Jaws.
I got you.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? It is.
Yeah.
This is always it's a cult. It's a cult following movie.
Yeah,
it is. It's
it also said it was the highest grossing R-rated film of all time.
Yeah.
Interesting too.
Yeah. Of all time. Think about it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I know.
Good.
But those are my 5 facts. I have a few more other facts that I can kind of sprinkle in.
No, that's fine. Sprinkle in some more. That was good.
I can sprinkle this in as we talk about the.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
All right. So what do you got here? So again, you haven't seen this movie
in a long time.
You might have seen it before.
I've seen it when it came out. I've probably seen it in the movies. But then I saw it probably a couple more times as time went on. I probably watched it in the 80s or something.
Yeah, I
haven't seen it in a while.
Same here. I don't remember seeing it.
I'm not going to get into the ending yet, but the ending I didn't even remember. I
really?
know she survives, but I forgot what happened. But it was crazy. This is a very scary movie. This is a very... You notice what they do in this movie? They make it very quiet in the movie. Very quiet. Talking like this. And then all of a sudden...
when
boom!
When he's talking to the priest,
and that's how they get you. They get you, man, and it was excellent. You realize this was the first horror film nominated, I didn't know this, for an Academy Award for Best Picture.
I mean,
of all time.
70, it's interesting. It's 70
in 73,
yeah.
You can imagine the horror movies that were made back then. I mean, all kinds. I mean...
and again, is there another horror movie that you can think of that was this scary? Besides, like, I'm trying to think of some like the old, like the Loch Ness Monster ones and Dracula. Like those aren't really too like scary. You know what I mean? This kind of like I would imagine if you me were watching this in the movie theaters in 1973, I imagine we'd be pretty rocked to the core because of what's on what's. That's what I think what makes this movie so good, and for that time, like it's really like I said back then. I mean, now we've seen all sorts of shit, so it's none of the horror movies kind of like do it. It's for that time, like it had to be like disturbing.
Yeah, I thought Poltergeist was that was in the 80s, I think, Poltergeist, and I thought that was. I told you before when I first watched it at night because I was in Orange. I know I was living in Orange. Mm-hmm. So I was in my 20s, or I don't know what it was, but I saw it at night, and I'll tell you, man, it's messed up. The TV, and because I used to stay up late at night, and I used to watch the TV go like that, where it's all fuzzy. Yeah, it's spooky, man. I mean, it was spooky. The graveyard stuff. I thought it was real scary, but but the scenes in this are insane. The one where she stabs herself.
Oh,
I'm not going to tell you where she stabbed herself on the podcast.
Let's just put it for people listening. It's below the belt, and we'll leave it at that.
Below the belt, and her mother
with a cross. With a cross, mind you.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on. Where do you see that? No. And hey, I don't know about yours. Mine wasn't dubbed.
Wasn't what?
Did they dub yours? Did they swear? Mine were all swears. Everything was there.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. And the swearing when it was, like I said, I haven't seen it in a long time. I couldn't believe this stuff.
There's a lot. Yeah. Oof. Well, again, I mean, and just to show you how, like Linda Blair. Well, I guess a lot of it was the girl doing the voice, but I guess she kind of had to deliver the. I mean, for a girl, I mean, she did a really good job with this.
Oh, definitely.
And even do like the makeup. When they made it look all like disturbed, and even again for that time, for 70. Oh yeah, 70 something. Nowadays they put those little dots on you, and they just. I
know. Oh yeah, that was unbelievable.
They don't do a lot of crazy makeup scenes like that anymore. It's all digital.
I guess what they were saying, I don't know if you've seen it with the 6,000 of trivias they had. That scene where she does that, and she makes her liquor, and she goes flying back.
Yeah,
Ellen Bernstein. They had her in a harness, and I guess when she went back, she hurt her spine. Spinal injury. I don't know what part of the movie that was, but she was hurting pretty bad in that movie.
Yeah, that was.
I think if you notice, she's sitting a lot. She's sitting a lot in the last end of that movie. It could have been because of that.
She fractured her. I think she fractured
something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her sciatic
or
something.
Crazy.
That was one of my other facts that I had.
Yeah.
And and talk about some of the detail of the movie. When it got all cold in there, I was reading one of the other facts I had. It said they refrigerated the bedroom set. We had 4 air conditioners, and the temperature would plunge below 30 degrees.
Imagine that. So that breath you saw was real.
It was real. Yep.
Today they put it in the breath a lot of times.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which was interesting. The fact of like when they had like the bedpost. I was like, wrapped up in padding so she couldn't hurt herself.
Yeah.
That kind of detail.
Oh my God, it was very well done. I mean, it's.
I guess when I'm thinking about the movie, the only one thing I guess I didn't really like is the beginning.
I know it was sleepy in the beginning.
It was a little sleepy. Not even that. It just. I don't know. It just kind of dragged it along a little bit, and they didn't really tie it in too well. I guess that's
right.
You have him standing, I guess, staring at that devil statue, which you didn't even really know was kind of a devil statue. You're kind of like assuming.
Yeah, I didn't understand what was going on with that. That was a little tricky. I thought,
because he didn't really like link it up to
right.
up to that. Really, it's just
no.
I don't know. That's my only my pet peeve, or I guess you could say, about this movie.
Yeah,
it was a little long, and they could have cut some of that out.
Yeah, I thought they could have shortened the movie. I never said what it was. It was 2 hours and 2 minutes. I thought it was a little bit too long.
I wish they had him in there more. Was Max?
I know. Well, we were watching, me and my wife, and I said, Lynn, I didn't remember when he came in. We knew he came in.
It's
for the
late.
Scene.
It's late.
It's late into the show. Yeah.
And then he dies.
And he dies. He gets frozen. It looks like.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming. She took care of him.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God! Hey, did you see that many theaters had paramedics at hand?
Yeah.
At the movie theaters, because people were. That's crazy. That kind of stuff, you don't hear about that stuff anymore.
Well, and having like a murderer, like a Jason or a Freddy, that's one thing,
right?
Because this was like the devil and whatever you believe in.
Yeah,
it freaks people out.
It does. Yep, exactly. I thought the special effects, like you were saying, I thought they were very well done. I thought they were way ahead of their time. Hey, did you see when she was in that hospital? Those archaic machines to check your brain and stuff.
Oh, I know.
What the heck was that stuff?
It made me feel bad for her, because like I mean you think about it, for that little girl to just they put her under so many tests, and that alone will drive someone nuts.
Man, you realize they are in the remake. Ellen Bernstein and
there's one that just came out.
Yeah, they're both in it. Ellen Bernstein's in it.
I looked her up. She's like 90 or something like that.
Yeah. So they're the only originals in there. I think the rest are all dead.
Really? I definitely.
That's the one. I don't know if the young girls.
Yeah.
Probably, but.
The one with the 2 girls.
Yeah, 2 girls.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't even mind going seeing that.
No, I definitely. I would. That's not a bad movie. Yeah, I would definitely see that. Yeah.
You had the throw up scenes. They were cool.
Oh yeah, that was pea soup, right?
Yeah, it was pea soup. And that scene where he gets it in the face,
he
was supposed to get it in the chest. That was one of the trivia things.
Yeah, I did.
I guess
see
the
that.
way he stood is he screwed up and it got him in the face. Pea soup, I like that. That's what Linda said. It's pea soup.
Pea soup. That's what a lot of vomit and like scenes and stuff. It's like soup.
Is that what they?
Yeah,
okay.
And what sometimes they'll do is they'll have them put some in their mouth and
hold
it there.
Think about it instead of a chemical or something. That makes sense. Yeah.
And they just spit it, and they just they do a take and they spit it out like that.
Yeah. The scenes in the bedroom were the whole show. I mean, the bed's moving, the door's cracking, the records flying all over.
You're right.
I thought it was well done.
And it takes it takes a while for it to get going, because it starts out. She's hearing things in the attic,
right?
Whatever, and then because I was looking it up, it's like about 45 minutes in when it starts getting like, and then you have, which is like the best scene of all. Well, not say the best scene of all. One of the good scenes,
right?
When she comes down and she just pisses herself, like,
yeah,
oh my
that's
God.
Messed up.
And then she's got her washing them in the bathtub, and she's just very just quiet, creepy, and
it is, man. I'll tell you. There was one guy in there, Father Dyer. I don't know who he was in the movie. It was probably a quick shot. He was played by Father William O'Malley. He's an actual priest.
Really?
So they had an actual priest in that movie. Yeah. I don't think he didn't do the crazy scenes, but he was in there. Yeah, I noticed that. I guess he taught at Fordham Prep at Jesuit High School. So there was actually a priest in there. I wouldn't have touched that movie with a 10-foot pole being in it. I guess it's a movie. That's what we got to remember. It's still
you're right. It's funny, too, when you're talking about priest. Jason Miller, who plays Father Karras.
Right.
You know which movie? I've seen him before. I was like, I know him from.
Well, that was his film debut. So you mean afterwards? You mean is that what you're saying?
After
this movie, yeah.
He was in Rudy.
Oh,
he plays the first coach, and
really.
I was like, and I think you said he's like a religious. I think is he a priest in there? I don't remember, but I know that was like our first.
Oh, you mean in that one? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
I just thought it was interesting that he played that, and it was like because he goes to Notre Dame, which is like a a priest
Catholic school.
Yeah, Georgetown. What a beautiful school.
Oh, I know,
everything.
Huh?
Yeah,
that was cool. I guess some of the inside scenes was New York. I guess they did some. They did some of those from New York,
and they probably just filmed the interior. Yeah.
Yeah. Now Lee J. Cobb, once again, that's a little bit. He's old as he was in the movie. He was in a lot of westerns.
Really?
He was in like 12 Angry Men. I'm sure you must have heard of it. He's one of the angry men in it. It's about a court thing. That's an excellent movie. It's one of the
I'm sure
top 10, top 20 movies.
Really?
Yeah. Lee J. Cobb.
And again, I think this is showing my age or your age. I didn't really recognize a lot of the actors, the people.
No, I didn't think you would. You shouldn't have. You should have known
them. I really know Max from Game of Thrones.
Sadao, yeah. Yes,
I know him from Game of Thrones. That's what I know him from. I was like, oh, okay, I know him. And he's one of those guys where okay, he's been around for years. He's an actor. He's been in thousands of like real popular big movies. But again, I wouldn't have seen him if I've seen a few. Yeah.
No, I understand. I know when I looked at these, I said Frank's going to be it's a little dated here. I don't know if he'll know.
Yeah.
Like I said, Lee J. Cobb was a phenomenal actor. You wouldn't know. He's old then. And, this is like a bit part for him here.
You're right. I'm trying to think. So, like example, Christopher Plummer.
Yeah, excellent.
Right? A lot of people my age, probably let's say even younger, know him. Oh, he was in Lord of the Rings and Star Wars. Star Trek. I'm sorry, but you put it back and like, okay, he was in Sound of Music when he was like 20 or so. I don't know how old he was.
I know, but I know, and he was in so many other things. We don't.
You wouldn't
even I wouldn't know. But
he was in
a
horror movie too. Christopher Plummer. Did he play Dracula? Yeah, I think so.
Oh, he might have played Dracula. Yeah. And Max von Sydow, remember, he's in the first scene of the new Star Wars movie. The new one, when Rey is... that first scene there. He has the little thing, he gives it to...
Yep, you're right.
Yeah.
He's dead,
I think that might have been his last... Yeah, he's dead. I think that was one of the last things he did, actually, is that Star Wars, All right, so we're into about 33 minutes here.
Yeah, I got us kind of on a clock here. We got about a few more minutes. Let's see here.
The ending was good.
Go ahead, you go first.
No, I was going to say, the ending was really good when, I got it written down here, I watched it, but with the priest taking the devil, he basically made him take into him.
Yeah.
And then jumping out the window and killing
himself.
Mm-hmm. He sacrificed himself. I thought that was a good scene. I mean, I had no idea that's how it ended, so...
No, I forgot too. I honestly forgot that's how it ended as well. You would think with everyone falling down those steps and dying, they would try to do something with that because he's not the only one that's fell down the friggin' steps and died.
Hey, that's a big problem there, I think.
Yeah, I think
that's real. That's a real place in Georgetown. The steps.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I'm trying to think of a few things here that some of the few things didn't make sense. They had a lot of cut scenes where like you see that scene where they cut to the Virgin Mary in one of the churches. It was like kind of didn't make sense. It has they never really explained it.
No, they didn't. And when the guy falls down the steps the first time, I don't even remember him being in the room, but I guess he was. I don't
know. Let's see here. The thing with Father Karras and his mother was pretty creepy. A lot of that stuff with him.
That was creepy. Yeah,
creepy
that
and
was.
scary.
How about that crazy house they went in? I've been in a place like that,
Yeah.
My sister was in one of those places. Well, she wasn't crazy, but there was a lot of crazy people in there. Hey, and I was like 9 years old.
Really?
Spooky. Yeah, it's real spooky, man.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
Everybody wanting to touch you and stuff. It's messed up.
Yeah. I thought it was funny when they were smoking in the hospitals.
Oh, well, that's a big 70s for smoking.
They smoked everywhere.
God.
Let's see here. I guess the other thing I want to think is the music, the intro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Iconic. Right?
Oh yeah, I know.
The
it was.
I don't know, whatever that theme song is. It's like when you hear that. I mean, I guarantee they play it at all sorts of horror. What do you call it? Haunted houses. And stuff.
Yeah, it was very good. It was very good, that music. It's funny you say that because I noticed that myself there, seeing that.
Yeah.
Let me hang on 1 minute. I just want to put my fan on. Hang on.
Yeah, no problem.
All right.
Up here
All set.
No, that's fine. So I'm just kind of going over my notes here. If there's anything else I want to get to? I remember they were saying if you need to get an Exorcist, if you need something like that, forget about it because you're not getting it. Because he's talking about it's a long process, how it's got to go to he's got to do proof and he's got to send it to the Pope or whatever. I'm like, forget it. You'd be dead by the time you get approval.
I did read about a few that were done the last 4 or 5 years. Not 4 or 5 years, but 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
And that's why they outlaw this. The last 2 or 3, the person actually, from the exorcism, actually died.
Really?
Not from the devil, but died from somebody got to choke them. I don't know. Some crazy stuff. So they try to stay away from doing that, I think. It's just too much, especially today. If somebody's going to sue you.
Yeah.
So, but they have tried it.
Yeah. That's
I'm not saying they don't do it crazy somewheres out in this world. I don't know, but.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. Is there anything else you want to get to then?
No, I just wanted to say about William Friedkin. I thought was He'd done the French Connection before that, so he had back-to-back winners there. French Connection, and then he did The Exorcist. He did Blue Chips. I don't know if you've done that yet.
No, I have it on my. I do have it on my list. Yep.
Yeah, that's Shaq and the other guy there. I forgot it. Hardaway.
Okay.
And he did Rules of Engagement, another good movie with it's Tommy Lee Jones. No, that's just. I'm just saying that's what he did. That's just a few movies he did. He's a good director. So he's gone now. He passed away. He was 87. But I try to give the director a little credit because a lot of these guys are pretty impressive what they can do.
Yeah, I know.
So.
It's a pretty fucked up story when you think about it.
That is a messed up. You said it exactly right.
It's been remade. It's been remade a few times.
It has. Yeah, and I think I've seen a couple. But I got chills, man. I hadn't seen that in a long time. I really didn't. That's a messed up flick.
Yeah,
I don't like that devil shit.
And I don't really either. And again, I said for the time, it had to be crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, the 70s too. All the shit, all the stuff going on.
Oh, I know.
All right, what you start on?
All right. Let's see here.
They gave it an 8.1.
I think that's pretty solid. Again, I didn't quite like. Again, I think they could have cut a lot. There's a lot of stuff that just didn't make sense in the movie with the beginning. I wish they kind of tied it in a little bit better.
I agree totally with you. I agree totally.
So that's, I guess, my only really big gripe is that it's pretty scary. Like I said, I'm trying to imagine the first time I watched it was probably pretty fucked up.
Sure, it was real scary the first time.
I'm probably going to go right around that a little bit, maybe a little bit lower. I'm going to go with 7. Let me see here. I'm gonna go with 7-8. I think that's. I would definitely watch it again. Like I probably won't watch it till next year.
Right.
You know, when it, around Halloween time.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But I think I'm gonna go with 7-8.
All right.
How about
I'm
you?
Go with. I had it pretty much marked down everything I wanted about 8.1. I'm gonna give it a little bit more. I'm gonna go 8.5 with that one. So.
Okay.
Yep.
It's respectable.
Just give for the scare factor of it. That's all. That's the only reason I did the 8.5. Not too many movies will do that to me like that one. So.
Yeah. No, it makes sense.
But yeah. All right. We did good on that one.
All right. On to.
All right. We'll move on to the next one.
Ghostbusters. Yeah, you want to hit?
Well, she'll be Ghostbusters. Yeah. Okay, here we go. You ready?
Yep.
Release date was June 8th, 1984. 13.5 million opening weekend. Very good for that time.
Oh, yeah.
296 million worldwide and a $30 million budget. It was an hour and 45 minutes, and it was directed by Ivan, I think it's Reitman. I think that's the way you say it. Starring Bill Murray as Dr. Peter Venkman, Dan Aykroyd as Ray Stantz, Harold Ramis as Egon Spengler. These are tough names. Sigourney Weaver as Dana Barrett, Ernie Hudson as Winston Zeddemore, and Rick Moranis as Louis Tully. It was nominated for 2 Oscars, a BAFTA Film Award and Best Original Song, and a Saturn Award Best Fantasy Film. The simple synopsis: 3 parapsychologists forced out of the university. I did good, huh?
Yeah.
Forced out of their university funding set up shop as a unique ghost removal service in New York City, attracting frightened yet skeptical customers. I watched it on Pluto TV, believe it or not, and you watched it on what, Peacock?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep. Peacock.
All right.
Yep.
Well, that's it. We'll talk about some other people in it, but that's what it's all about. And we're going to go to Frank's 5 fun facts. Take it away, Frank.
All right. All right. So
there's a lot here. So.
There's a lot. I know. I'm going to try to. We'll see.
Okay.
So first fact is almost none of the scenes were filmed as scripted. Most had at least one ad-libbed line, and most of Bill Murray's lines were all ad-libbed. That's how Bill Murray rolls. He's kind of that type of guy. It's everyone, I think. I mean, that's everyone. Not everyone, I should say. Most of them all those guys are on SNL, right?
Yes, they are. Yeah. Actually,
the black guy what's his name?
Ernie Hudson. He wasn't.
He wasn't. No.
Well, Sigourney Weaver wasn't, of course, but Harold Ramis also. He was. I think he did. Yeah, he might have been Second City TV with John Candy, possibly. But yeah, but Dan Aykroyd and Bill Murray, yes, definitely. Yeah.
Interesting. All right. So fact number 2: in the middle of the film's initial release, to keep interest going, they ran a trailer that basically had the commercial of the Ghostbusters used in the movie, but the 555 number was replaced with a 1-800 number, allowing people to actually call in. Callers got a recorded message of Bill Murray and Dan Aykroyd saying something to the effect of, "Hi, we're out here catching ghosts, and we've got 1,000 calls, an hour, 24 hours a day for several weeks." So I guess they said they were pretty busy, so you can actually call in back then.
Wow, I didn't know that.
And get a that's really cool and kind of smart on them.
I agree totally. That's pretty cool. That's pretty wild. Did not know that.
There's a few other ones, stuff like that, where you can actually call in. I know there's like a Santa hotline.
Yeah, I'm sure there is. Yeah.
That you got. It's like you can call in. It's a voice recording of him talking.
Yeah.
But I thought that was interesting. Thought of something here. So my fact number 3. This is obviously about another great song.
Oh, definitely.
Iconic. Who are you gonna call?
Ghostbusters.
That's right. According to an interview with Mix Magazine Online, Ray Parker Jr., who I guess was the guy who did the song, tried to create a song for the movie for 2 days. At 4:30 a.m., he saw a commercial for a drain company that reminded him of a scene from the film. The commercial helped him coin the popular line, "Who are you gonna call?" And that's exactly kind of how he came up with it.
Yeah, that was on. Just to reiterate what you just said, that was on. I remember this. Ghostbusters was #1 for 3 weeks. On the Billboard Top 100.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
remember that.
His son was the one that shouted the Ghostbusters.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It is? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I saw this in the movies too. Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Yeah. It's every time. It's one of those songs that, like, when you hear it, you know it's so catchy and
it is. It
feels like you can't get tired of it.
I know.
The Stay Puft Marshmallow Man suits cost approximately $20,000 each. Wow. 3 were made, and all were destroyed during filming. Dan Aykroyd described Mr. Stay Puft as a cross between a Michelin Man and the Pillsbury Doughboy. He wanted to create a fictional brand mascot that everyone would have grown with.
Oh my God, that was a good scene. I loved it.
Yeah. That's exactly what it looks like, the Michelin Man and Doughboy. Yeah. And it's just kind of like a side note. It said, this is the highest grossing comedy of all time until Home Alone came out in 1990.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive when you think about it. Really is. Yeah. Yep.
Fact number 4. After Harold Ramis died on February 24th, 2014, fans of the movie paid tribute to him by visiting the New York City firehouse used for the exterior shots to create a makeshift memorial featuring Nestle's Crunch Bars, which is, I don't quite remember this in the movie, but I guess they reference it. He gives Spangler a candy bar. I guess he's giving him Crunch Bars.
Yes, I think I remember that now because I just watched it. Like I said, I think I remember.
Yeah.
If you asked me that 20 years ago, I wouldn't remember it. But
so he used the Crunch Bars and Twinkies too.
Twinkies, yes, I remember Twinkies. Yeah. Yep.
Let's see here. So the role. Oh, and just another side note: the role of Peter Venkman was originally written for John Belushi, but he died.
He died before
writing.
Yeah.
And Dan Aykroyd refers to Slimer's ghost as the ghost of John Belushi.
That's good.
This is kind of like a nod to the friend there.
Yeah, he was supposed to be in a lot of stuff. He just too young.
Yeah, he was writing it. Yeah, I guess he was right. I didn't know. I didn't realize Dan Aykroyd wrote this either.
What's that?
I didn't realize Dan Aykroyd. No.
Yeah, he's very talented in every way. He really is. He's very talented. Yeah.
And for my last fact, this is kind of like a what if. A few people for the role of Egon Spangler.
Right.
They had Christopher Walken in mind, John Lithgow, Christopher Lloyd, and Jeff Goldblum.
Not bad in all 4 of them, though.
Yeah.
I could see it. Yeah.
Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
And another John Candy for Lewis, and Chevy Chase for Venkman. Yeah. When did John Candy die? I mean,
John Candy died a long time ago.
I mean, I'm trying to think because Belushi. I'm looking up all these.
Well, he died after. Yeah, he died after them.
Yeah.
He was in his late 40s. Yeah, he did Way Out West, or he almost did Way Out West.
Because it was in like 90 something.
Yeah, he was big. He's a heavy man. He smoked, drank. Good dad. He had a lot of. He caught like 2-3 kids.
I think he had drugs too, no? Or no?
What's that?
He was at drugs too?
No, I don't think so. I just think it was the smoking and the drinking and eating.
Everything.
The big guy. He was like 300-something pounds.
Thinking about Farley.
Farley, yeah.
Farley was like that with the drugs. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the thing with Belushi is too. His girlfriend or whoever it was with him gave him too much, hot shot or something. No, he wasn't supposed to die. Dan Aykroyd tells about that story all the time. That was a big mistake. That wasn't supposed to happen. So.
Really?
It wasn't like he put the needle in his arm or whatever he did. It was they screwed up on it. And I'm not saying he should have been doing it. I'm saying
I know it's
screwed up and he died. He should have never died. That should have never happened. But what are you gonna do?
It's sad when you hear about you know these guys with so much talent.
Oh, I know. It's horrible. It really is. It's really horrible. Just like in sports or anything. Yeah. All that talent and they blow it all. So, but
what can you do?
Did you see this? It was the highest grossing film for Columbia Pictures with the inflation adjustment. Imagine that.
Really? Yeah.
This one, Ghostbusters. Yeah.
I didn't. That's interesting. It's. I mean, I guess you think about star power. I was looking up. I was like, Dan Aykroyd. I think was like my age when he was doing that. 30,
I think so. Yeah.
34 or something like that.
Yeah, I think
they had to be like
positive.
The three. Well, I was going to say the three of them, but him and Bill Murray. I mean, it would have been Belushi. They were all that was like their. I don't say their peak time, but I guess they were. No. I don't say it wasn't say peak. I guess they were rising stars right there.
Oh, sure they were. They were all on top of the world. Dan Aykroyd had a lot of things planned to go with John Belushi. They're going to tour everywhere. It's a shame. It just didn't happen. But and remember, you had Bill Murray. He'd done all kinds of stuff. Dan Aykroyd did the Blues Brothers. Harold Ramis did Stripes.
That's right. He was in with Belushi.
With John Candy. And Bill Murray. Sigourney Weaver, she did Aliens and Avatar. And Ernie Hudson, he's done a whole bunch of stuff. And Moranis, he did Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. It was a good cast. Very well done.
Oh, yeah.
But they really weren't... They were somebody's, but... Sigourney Weaver did this after Aliens. You know why she did it? She says, I was sick of the serious movies. I want to do a comedy.
Do something different.
Some kind of a comedy, like a comedy.
No, and again, I mean, you couldn't have picked a better one to be a part of, right?
No, you couldn't have. It was very well done.
I mean, Rick Moranis, God, that guy's not acting anymore, but
I know.
What an interesting character.
Hey, they're all old, man.
Yeah, what an interesting character.
That guy was 70 or something.
You remember the ride at Disney? The Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Yeah.
Dan Moore.
Yeah. I don't know. Time goes on, unfortunately. I guess Tom Hanks and Robin Williams, they were considered for the Venkman role, too. I'm sure you saw that. Yeah. This was supposed to be set in Chicago, I guess. That's what they wanted to do. Dan Aykroyd did most of his movies in Chicago. I don't know what happened. Never happened, though.
I think John Candy did most of his stuff in Chicago, too.
Yeah, he did. I guess it's a tax thing there.
Really?
That's why they do them there. Yeah, it's cheap. So, and Michael Keaton, imagine that. He turned down the Venkman role and the Spengler role.
Yeah, so he don't fit that. He don't fit that bill, though, anymore.
No. Let's see here. Julia Roberts. She auditioned for Dana Barrett. Jay Leno. Boy, so many people.
Yeah.
They.
Well, and I think too, it helped that he was writing it,
right.
So it's kind of like, it wasn't like a regular writer or something. I'm sure Dan Aykroyd had a lot to do with the casting.
Oh yeah, sure, definitely. Now, poor Ernie Hudson, I feel kind of bad for him. He was in, believe it or not, the last 40 minutes of the movie, but really just didn't show him too much.
He really didn't have that big of a part.
Too much of a part.
Did you see? I think I was seeing something that Eddie Murphy was supposed to. Do that role.
But Ernie Hudson's in the next one. He's in Ghostbusters too. He has a bigger part. Yeah.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
They made what? Yeah. They made 3 of those.
I think
of the original.
I think 3. I know 2 for sure.
Because I know there's the one with the girls.
Yeah.
Which everybody butchered because it's all a whole female cast.
I know. And then they did the Afterlife. That was pretty good.
I heard that was good.
With the kids in it, but they show up. It's pretty cool. It's pretty wild. It really is.
Yeah.
They don't show up in it though. It's not that good. But they show up and they make the movie. So
yeah. Cool. I'm trying to think what else here. So I tell you, the Ghost Slimer and even the other ghosts, they all look pretty good for 1980.
They did.
They look pretty realistic. I'm sure there's an easy way to do it.
Oh yeah.
You just think again. I was 40 years ago.
The outfits. And I was telling Linda what you said about the outfits, and they still sell
costume.
The costumes, yeah. And I was talking about the plasma pack.
I told you they're expensive.
Expensive, yeah. That was way ahead of its time again, though. That kind of stuff was cool, man. That was really cool.
That's what I mean. It's like if I'm going to do Ghostbuster, I want the whole get up. I want to just got the suit and just going to walk around like an idiot.
Yeah, I know. It was that was a big hit. Like I said, that took off. That was a big thing, man.
And I would imagine after this, their careers just all shot to the moon.
I know, definitely. Doesn't take much. Yeah, I don't think anybody even knew who Rick Moranis was at that time. He only did a couple things before.
Really? Yeah.
Don't forget, Sigourney did do, like I said, she did do Alien and Alien, so she had done 2 big movies. So she looked pretty good in that too. she's that manly looking, but she looked really good in that show.
She did, yeah.
She did, yeah. Yep. Yeah. I liked the way they did a lot of the special effects was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like I said, for back then, the gargoyles and all that stuff. And,
yeah, the gargoyles.
Yeah.
It was funny because, like I said, you could obviously it's fake, but
I know.
It didn't look. You would think for that time it would have looked worse, but it didn't.
Yeah, it didn't. No, it didn't. No. Like I said, when I first saw it, I loved it. I really did. I really enjoyed the movie. So never seen nothing like that before. See, that's the thing. I was lucky back then. A lot of stuff came out. You never saw movies like that before. It was just Ghostbusters. What the heck is Ghostbusters?
It was quite a different movie.
Yeah, it was. Like I said, these guys like this Ivan Reitman, he's a smart guy.
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah.
I thought of a few things there. The beginning scene kind of cracked me up a little bit because they go to a library, and like I don't know, thinking about libraries, like people going to libraries now, it's like a foreign thing.
It's funny you said that. I said to Linda, I said library. They still got them.
They still got them. They're all around.
Sure, people still go in them, but yeah, it's so different today.
Yeah, you do be like in school doing a book report, and you got to go to the library to get research. And now it's just like everything's on a computer. It's just Google, search at Google.
Oh my God, that's funny.
You know what's funny too is Dan Aykroyd was kind of like the straight man to Bill Murray, which was kind of funny.
Yes, he was.
He talks so fast too. When he starts going,
he's unbelievable.
He got to have some sort of like record.
He does. And Bill Murray and Sigourney Weaver, some of those scenes, like when she looks, they were fun. They were fun. There was fun scenes in there.
Yeah,
I enjoyed it. Those two in there, they were funny.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. I like like I said, I like the devices they had for the
little contraption to keep them all.
Yeah.
How about the little storage thing? They kind of put it down like it was like a garbage chute, and that's how they stored them all.
Yeah, and then the guy comes in like an idiot and shuts it all down.
And sets it all off.
They never listen.
Nope, of course not.
Nobody ever listens in a movie. They all think it.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I've ever had a Twinkie. I don't know if.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, you would think I would, but I was trying to think. I was like, I don't think I've ever had a Twinkie. Or I can't remember the last time I've had one. When was the last time you had a Twinkie?
Oh, not too long ago.
Really?
I'll get them once in a while in the store if they're on sale. I'll get them, and then that's it. I won't eat them until next year. You see Zombieland?
Yes.
With the Twinkie truck. He loved Twinkies in that.
I was going to say, and I'm thinking too.
Yeah, with Harrison.
And Bill Murray makes a cameo in it.
That's a good. Linda actually liked that movie, which I never thought she would.
That's a fun.
Like that.
It's a good. It's a funny type. It's a popcorn kind of flip. Did you end up seeing the second one?
Yes, I did.
It was good too. It was interesting.
I love zombie anything.
I do too. I don't mind. Dawn of the Dead's another great movie.
Yeah.
That's most of the video games that we play.
I know.
Zombie.
I love
Call of Duty.
2-3 zombie movies I play. Yeah.
Games. What you call it? State of Decay. Did Johnny tell you about that one?
State of Decay. Yeah.
They still playing that game, and it's a good.
I love zombie
game.
I love zombie ones. I really do.
It's funny to talk about marshmallows too. I made Rice Krispie treats not too long ago.
Did you?
Yeah,
those are good.
Years. Yeah, so simple too. It's like I don't even know how you. I forget how you even make it. It's all it is just cereal and marshmallows.
Oh right.
That's it. It's just cereal, marshmallow, and a little butter.
You're killing me, man. That's good.
I know.
That's good.
Let me see here. What else we got?
Yeah, there was a lot of trivia with this. I didn't want to bury it too much. There's so many things you could talk about. A lot of stuff don't mean too much. But did you see the cameos in the movie? I didn't see them, but they were in there.
Oh,
Ron Jeremy.
No, I didn't see that at all. Where was he?
He's the
I know who he is.
I don't know. He was in there though. I think he was in the crowd when they were the stuff was falling down into the street and they're all standing there and they come up out of the hole. He was there. Debbie Gibson. She was a singer back then. She had
Vegas Eyes?
Maybe, yeah. She didn't have too many hits, but she had a few.
I know.
Then Casey Kasem. He was he's the one that does the top 50. He's been doing it for like 60 years now.
That I did know. I did catch that. How about Carl Winslow?
Oh, was he?
Did you catch that? And
he
plays cop for the umpteenth time.
Oh, I know who you mean.
And they're in the jail cell, and they're in the prison, and they're looking at the plans, and the other prisoners are looking too. I
know who you mean now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny who's in these things, but they pop them in there.
Let's see here.
Yeah, most of the scenes I enjoyed.
It's very funny. I thought Rick Moranis, I think, was a hidden gem. I mean, every time she would show up or walk and kind of walk by, you would know like her whole schedule.
Yep. Yeah, I agree totally with you. He was a hidden gem in that movie. He always plays a goofball, but he's good. He plays that part to a T. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. They had other guys picked for that, but I think he's the best for it. I think
Yeah.
Yeah, he was the best for it. I guess they talked about the person that played. Who was it called? The Zolar, whatever it was called. Gozer. The lady that played the part with the outfit on.
Oh, okay.
Hot chick. Yeah, I forgot who was it. I forgot Gozer. It's Gozer. Yeah.
Gozer. Yeah.
Yeah. I forgot what she did. That was a whole nother thing with that outfit she had on and everything.
Really? Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. Again, that was a little confusing.
That was a little weird too.
Yeah, a little weird and confusing, but again, it's a comedy.
It is. It's a comedy killer.
Do you think, like I said, they're big fans of like Godzilla? Because that's kind of what that marshmallow reminded me of when Marshmallow's climbing the building.
Oh yeah, I like when he thinks about it. Was it Dan Aykroyd?
Yeah.
That thought about it?
I think so.
Sorry.
Yeah.
You look at his face and you say, "I couldn't think of nothing else."
Yeah. Yeah, I know the marshmallow. Yeah.
Godzilla.
I don't think anything else. It was kind of a short movie, right?
Yeah.
Seemed like it.
It was an hour and 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And it did start out a little slow. I liked the ectomobile. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's
iconic for sure.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
Imagine showing that up to like a Halloween party. Show up in the mobile.
Oh, I know.
With the whole getup.
Yeah. How about when they go into the place they're going to rent out? Yeah. It's all decrepit.
We'll take it.
Yeah, we'll take it.
It's got the fire pole. I don't remember that at all. I don't remember them doing like a whole like startup with the thing. I thought it was just
I don't remember that.
We're up and running.
Yeah, like I said, it's been. And I was waiting for Ernie Hudson to come in the whole time. I said, man, I know he's in this, but like I said, he don't come in until later. So
they hired him right on the spot.
They did, right?
You're hired, yeah, because he was the only one that just was like, hey, I'm looking for a job, and they hired him right on the spot.
Oh, that's right. I think that's
you're hired.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good actor. You'll see him in everything. He's still in stuff to this day. He's up there, too.
Really?
He's got to be up there, too. Late 60s. Yeah. Well, he got nominated for 2 Oscars, which I thought was pretty good.
Yeah. You won for the song, right?
Yeah, won for the song. Best Original Song.
Yeah. Was that? I think I wrote. I don't know if that was up for one of those Saturn Awards too. No. Yeah,
Saturn Award. No, it did. It got the best. It got the best fantasy film.
Yeah,
it did win it. Yeah,
that's good. Yeah, I didn't realize after when we started getting into these Halloween movies, I didn't realize that was a thing like a Saturn. I never heard of it.
No, I didn't either. I really don't know because I don't get into this much. I've never done this with you. So I didn't until I started reading this. I've learned a lot since I've been doing this. So I learned a lot about different things that I would have never known at all.
Yeah,
not one bit. No.
Good. We got to do movie trivia somewhere, and we'll see if we can kind of clean house.
Oh,
there's still a lot of movies to watch.
I know. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
I think that's all I really got. You got anything else you want?
No, I think we're good. I think we went over it pretty good. We went over everything pretty much that was in it. Catching the slime monsters, and that was funny when they were in the ballroom. Though you're all set, buddy.
Yeah, you're all set.
They wrecked the whole place.
Or we can put it back for you and you can
put it back. That was good.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a good scene. All right, let's get into the. I think we're at almost 20 minutes about this, so.
Yeah.
We'll get into the review. You want to go first?
I'll go first. IMDb gave it a 7.8. The cast was very good. The movie, like you said, good timing. 1 hour and 45 minutes. A little, like I said, almost like the other movie we watched. A little offbeat in a few times.
Yeah.
But remember, it is like a comedy, scary kind of movie.
Yeah, it wasn't really. That's kind of why, because we had a lot of I was trying to hit every aspect of all these horror movies. So we had a slasher, the devil.
Oh, you're right. You did.
We had 2 slashers, and then we had a kind of comedy to kind of lighten it up a little bit. And we got one more movie we'll pick.
Yeah. So I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it an 8.5 on this. So that's all I'm going to go. I'm not going to go any higher than that. I love it.
That's
done very well, but it is a little goofy. So I just threw it, but and really Bill Murray gets most of the scenes in this. So,
I know.
I
always, as far as Bill Murray, I mean, I don't know. There's just there's a craze for him, and I just never really got to that point. That's just my opinion.
He looks kind of. He might be. I don't think he's that friendly. I really
no.
If you're listening, Bill, sorry,
Bill. We know you're listening. Honestly, I don't think he's that funny because he's got a very a weird sense of humor.
He didn't want to do this Afterlife one. He was the one holding it back. He didn't want to.
Yeah.
You know what he said? We're too old. Well, Bill, we know. We get it. Too old. We're not going to be an action hero. You're just going to be. You're riding the car, come out and shoot the stuff.
I know.
But that's why he didn't want to do it. But they convinced him to do it.
It looks kind of more like prima donna, exactly. Very this is me. I truth be told, I like Dan Aykroyd. I think he's funnier.
Oh, I love Dan Aykroyd, man. He looks like a regular guy.
We watched I don't know if I mentioned that. We watched the Outdoors. What's the one? The True Outdoors?
Great Outdoors.
The Great Outdoors. We watched that not too long ago.
Excellent movie.
Great in it. He's great in a lot of the stuff. A lot of the newer stuff, too.
He don't make too many bad things, man.
No. This movie, again, you're right, is funny. The song makes it, too. The Ghostbusters. I'm sorry to say.
It does. The song makes it. I agree.
It's funny. Again, there's a few things that were a little wonky. Am I gonna watch this next year around Halloween time? Probably.
Yeah.
I'll watch it again. So I'm gonna go 8.2.
Okay.
Just a little under.
Yeah, that's about right.
That's a respectable goal there.
All right.
Yeah, we were talking about we have one more episode to do for Halloween. Casey's not going to come on, but so it's up to us. So we can decide right here what movie you want to do.
She had no interest in what you wanted to do?
No, she didn't want to do it. So she could you and me can just hit up the episode. Maybe she'll just put her 2 cents in. What are you thinking of any movies you want to do? I have 2 in mind. I know we kind of already mentioned them. I'm The Shining or It. I think
that's a tough one, man.
I think those are 2 iconic movies. We can also I could put the poll up too if you want to leave it to the fans and let them decide. If you
I think that's a good idea. Why don't you do that? Put that.
Let's do that.
The problem is you're going to get more It probably because it's newer than Shining, but you never know.
I'm going to do the older one, the original one.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, do that. Put the poll up.
I think I'll put the poll up and we'll leave it to the fans and we'll have them decide.
Okay, that sounds really good.
We'll do that.
I like that. Those are scary, man.
Those are both 2 movies that I like I said I feel like Halloween it comes. That's what I think of.
I agree with you totally.
I'll put that poll up tonight, and we'll put it up. What's today? Friday.
Yeah.
Because I think they're both long movies. I know it is.
I think Shining's pretty long too.
So I'll let
Maybe
you know.
Maybe not as long as that, but
yeah, I'll let you know by like Saturday or Sunday. Remind me because like I said, Sunday that'll give all Sunday. I don't know when the Jets are playing or anything.
No, they're off this Sunday.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, we'll figure it out, and that sounds good. Anything else you want to add?
No, that's it. It was fun. I enjoyed that.
Absolutely. It was a good episode. All right, well, that's the ball game then.